You're listening to motherfucking Homorazzi, and this is Detox from RuPaul's Drag Race Season 5. Work, cunt!
What the hell happened? You were supposed to win!
I know.
Okay, so give me your thoughts on Monday's episode. I mean, I think it's one of the episodes this season that's definitely getting the most reaction from people, just with your elimination, and then with how you and Roxy were shown on television.
The alleged
bullying. It gets better. The bullying.
The alleged bullying.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, and I keep getting calls from all of her crazy fans that are even more of a bully than I was allegedly made.
Mm-hmm.
Because Jinx, I love Jinx. Jinx and I love each other. I was a huge supporter of Jinx on the show, and unfortunately, you don't get to see that. But if you ask any of the girls and Jinx, they'll all tell you the same thing, that I was like the complete mother hen of the group. So it's unfortunate that none of that came across the entire season, because people just automatically already assume that I was a bitch going into it, and that makes it look like I am even bigger of that now, especially, I feel. And I'm not going to apologize for my behavior, because my behavior was completely misrepresented.
Right.
And yeah, you say certain things in the heat of the moment, but even the certain things that I was saying that were heated were cut and pasted to put places where they weren't at all whenever the actual circumstance was happening. It was, watching that episode was infuriating to me to watch, because I knew what was going on, and that was at all what was going on.
I mean,
that's my story. That's what I'm sticking to it, and if there's more of it that needs to come out on the reunion, then that will happen. But I know my behavior, and I know that was not my behavior that was represented.
Now, I mean, you could even tell just from the Untucked, like in one of the rooms, you guys were really arguing, and then in the next room, 2 seconds later, Jinx was saying how great of a person you were and how you helped her out and stuff like that. So even just there, you can tell that it was kind of weird.
Right. I never attacked Jinx in the way that people think that I was. And she'll be the first to say that. We had a great relationship. I was very supportive to her, because I appreciate her. I met her before we started filming the show, and I thought she was extremely talented beforehand, and I knew that she was being underestimated by the rest of the competition. But I knew better. And yeah, I mean, I did say that she didn't belong in the top 3, and I did feel that at the time, but she is extremely talented. Now, but that was all I was saying. I never bullied her to the extent that it made it look like I was bullying her, and I'm never going to own up to that, because it's not the truth. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's get on to something a little bit more entertaining. So when you walked into the workroom, your first reaction when you saw your old friend Roxy, how was that?
That was amazing, because I love Roxy, and I had a feeling that she was going to be on the show anyway, because when we were going through the casting, like, as soon as I got the call saying I was on the show, I got an email from Roxy, and she was like, "Girl, have you heard anything?" I haven't heard anything. And I was like, "No, girl." the timing of everything was so kind of convenient to me. So I was like, "No, I don't know what you're talking about."
Now, you started drag in Florida, correct?
Correct.
And what drove you to move to LA? Just more opportunity?
More opportunity, and also, like, I had just ended a relationship, and my sister was living out there. She was finishing her last year of law school, so I kind of went out there to help her take care of her daughter while she was going to law school and working and being a busy mom, finishing up, with the hardest schooling that you can really do. And I almost gave up drag. I wasn't really going to try to pursue doing drag that much anymore, because I had been doing it already for 5 years, and really it was going nowhere in Florida. And then I did a couple shows here and there in Los Angeles, and my career blew up and skyrocketed. So it's been like the luckiest move I ever made in my life. It's been the best thing I could have ever done for myself. Mentally and career-wise. I love Los Angeles so much.
Now, what was your, you had all the challenges and you won the kids show challenge, which was hysterical. What was your, what did you feel was your hardest performance? Like, what was the hardest challenge you had to do on the show?
Ooh. I had a really hard time with the telenovela challenge. It doesn't even come across that way, but because the mini challenge really had a lot of, it put a lot of weight on me. It was very mentally draining, and I really could not, for the life of me, shake that off for the rest of the competition. Really, I had to kind of like put it through a loop. So that was probably the toughest one, just emotionally and mentally, trying to pull myself out of it, and I never really was able to get there.
Now, you have got some pretty popular videos on YouTube with Willem and Vicky. How did that all come about? How did you guys get together? How did you decide what parodies to do? All that stuff.
Well, we've been in a band for a few years together, and we always like to get drunk and come up with silly songs. And that's pretty much how it is. Like, Will and I never heard of Chick-fil-A until they started. I love Chick-fil-A. I'm from the South.
Right.
There's Chick-fil-A everywhere. I don't care if they call me a faggot. The chicken's delicious, and I will eat it. And that's pretty much how the song came about. Like, they were building a brand new one in Hollywood, and I was like, you never have to take me. It's delicious. You have to have it.
Yeah.
And we would always, just come up with crazy songs, and it just kind of happened.
Now, Willem was on 4, you were on 5. Are we going to see Vicky on 6, do you think?
Fingers crossed, I'm hoping.
Yeah.
She has such a different dynamic than has ever been on the show before. She's a big girl, but she is beautiful, and she's hilarious. And she's like me, but fat. She doesn't give a fuck.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me this morning.
Of course. Thank you so much.